What's up, guys? Derek, moreplates.moredates.com. Today, I wanted to do a quick video on the state of the male species. Um, so, a lot of guys, I'm sure you've noticed that as the years progress, men in general are becoming more and more feminine, and there's more and more, like betas, what people call soy boys and stuff like that. And a lot of people think it's associated with the decline in natural testosterone levels as time goes on. Some people think it's just, social media. Some people think it's a lot of things. But I want to talk about why this is a good thing and why people shouldn't be so disappointed about how we're progressing as a species. And the reason for that is the competition is so much lower for somebody like you or for somebody like me. And if you care about self-improvement at all, you'd be stoked that other guys are being complete pussies right now and you have a significant competitive advantage. So let me delve into that a bit. So in the dating pool, women still want that alpha guy. Like, it's just regardless of what they say online about nice guys, blah, blah, blah. The same traits are still universally attractive to women that are becoming more and more hard to find in current day. And the reason for that, I think, is perhaps a lot hormonal, but I also think a lot of it is social media driven. And the reason for that is as the years have gone on, it's become more and more widely accepted to stay in your house, not leave, stay on your computer and phone and interact via that. And what this creates is humans are creatures of comfort. I'm sure you've heard that before. And the more you put them in a comfortable situation, the harder it's going to be for them to put themselves in extreme situations of uncomfort. And one of those situations is talking to girls. So what's like the most, it's like weird now for an 18-year-old girl to even have a phone call from a guy. Like, if you're not texting or you're not DMing or you're not WhatsApping or you're not snapping, then you're weird. Like, no one talks on the phone now, which I think is hilarious because it's literally why the thing was invented in the first place. But beyond that, everyone is meeting people on Tinder or on Bumble or on any other, dating apps, or they're DMing them on Instagram. And that's how people are getting, girlfriends now and meeting people. And that's fine. I highly advise taking advantage of that and using your looks to your advantage, because if you have good pictures, you're going to excel online. That's just how it works. But how you can get a cut above is also taking advantage of the fact that what I just said, men are all online trying to DM girls and message them on Tinder. Is there anybody going up to that hot chick at the grocery store anymore and, asking her how her day was and asking her out? No one's really doing that because guys are at home on Tinder or on Instagram. And that's just what people do now for staying in their social bubble. And granted, they're going to go on dates and they're going to, get girls via that. But the literal approaching a stranger that you don't know and striking up a conversation is something that most men find completely terrifying. And this is something you can take advantage of. And, 100 years ago, the only way a guy would meet a girl is if he walked up to her and talked to her. Nowadays, the only way guys meet girls is on their phones. And this is where you stand out, because you can be that guy who, oh my God, this guy hit on me at blah, blah, blah today and, thought I was gorgeous and asked for my number and we're going out on Sunday. You can be that guy. Like, it's actually so uncommon now that girls will tell, it's like a crazy story to tell their girlfriends that this thing occurred to them. That, oh my God, this hot guy came up to me at while I was, I don't know, whatever. I was at the mall and this guy came up to me and, gave me a compliment and asked, had a good conversation with me. If you're not totally socially inept, you can make this work so much to your advantage and set yourself apart from so many dudes. And this is why I think the complete betaization of the male population, perhaps for our evolution, is not a good thing, as a whole, but for you as somebody who's looking to improve your quality of life as much as physically possible, you can take advantage of this severely. And greatly improve your quality of life by being that one guy who's unlike the rest of them who are at home sitting on Instagram all day. Granted, if that works for you, still do it. Take advantage of all methods and ways you can facilitate your dating life and whatnot. But even like going after, striking up conversations with, having social intuition and job interviews and presentations and stuff like that, it all translates from you being somebody with low approach anxiety and somebody who can talk to strangers without feeling uncomfortable. And as time goes on, men are going to get worse and worse at this. And as you've seen in the past, even 5 years, it's vastly different. Like, it's vastly worse. And the population of women continues to rise. The population of men continues to rise in parallel. But the proportion of men who are actual alpha men that women want to be with is getting worse as this population goes up. The proportion of men that women don't want to be with continues to get more and more in your favor. And this is why 90% of men, or what is it? What's the rule? 10% of men get 90% of the women. And this is something you want to be in that 10%, obviously. And the reason is there's never been a better time to actually be like what, a stereotypical man would be, because there are none really. And I think, hopefully this is sort of a wake up call if you're not operating like this already. But, next time you're at the grocery store and you're shopping, you're grabbing your whatever, your Greek yogurt post-workout, you see that hot girl who, you've seen however many times, or it's your first time seeing her. And instead of, going home and beating off and then going on Instagram and DMing somebody, you go up to that chick in the grocery store in person and you make her day and you get her number and you take her out, and then boom, you have a good option. And she meets somebody who increases her quality of life substantially too, because you're a guy who operates under the same kind of, you're just the type of person she wants to be with, as opposed to some clown on Instagram who doesn't have the balls to walk up to her in real life. Use this to your advantage. Things are going to get worse, but it's in general for the population, but things are going to get better for you if you set yourself apart. So take that into consideration and take advantage of it. My advice. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment below. Helps the algorithm of the videos, apparently. So I should have been saying this in every single video I've ever recorded, and it's my first time. So help the algorithm, please. And subscribe on my blog, moreplatesmoredates.com. Check me out on Instagram at moreplates_moredates. Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. Talk to you guys soon.